Animal reproduction. Birth/parturition. Dystocia. Aims of lesson. At the end of the lesson, learners should be able to define concepts relating to creative thinking and problem solving. Apply the knowledge and skills associated with the two animal reproduction topics mentioned above. Introduction. Previous content that was dealt with in Term 1 must be linked to the current content. Male and female reproductive system. Synchronization of estrus and mating. Natural mating. Artificial mating. Fertilization and pregnancy. Purpose of the next lesson is to discuss the content associated with the cow's birth process. Concepts and skills. Birth/parturition and dystocia. Parturition. Parturition or calving is the normal ending of a pregnancy. It is the process of ejection of the fetus and the placenta from the uterus of the mother. Dystocia. The term dystocia is used to describe any situation or reason why a cow is unable to deliver a calf by herself. The cow experiences a difficult parturition process. If the breeder or veterinarian does not intervene in time, it may lead to the death of both the cow and the calf. Factors that may cause dystocia include incorrect presentation, position and posture. Large fetuses that cannot move through the birth canal. Torsion of the uterus. Uterine inertia. Malformed fetuses. Incorrect presentation, position and posture. Conditions that interfere with the parturition process. Offspring that is too large for her. Multiple births. Premature or late birth. Induction of parturition. Incorrect presentation of the calf. Incomplete cervical dilation. Vaginal tear. Calf problems. Calves with unusually high birth weights may cause dystocia. This is influenced by the breed of the bull, size of the bull, sex of the calf, age of the cow and even malnutrition of the cow. A bull calf normally has a higher birth weight and therefore causes more calving difficulty than a heifer. The fetus can be malformed, leading to dystocia. Cows with multiple births can experience dystocia. Cow problems. Age of the cow. Size of the pelvic area. Cervix does not dilate. Inertia of the uterus. Torsion of the uterus. Ineffective or weak labor. The length of the gestation period may affect dystocia. If the cow has a poor body condition or is malnutrition, this may lead to dystocia. Retained placenta. Prolapse of uterus. Diseases such as milk fever due to a deficiency of calcium. The correct birth positions of The calf in the uterus just before birth. This position is called the anterior presentation. The calf lies with 4 feet first, 1 foot in front of the other, head lying on the knees, and the backbone of the calf is positioned against the backbone of the mother. The calf lies in this position 95% of the time. Signs or characteristics of a cow approaching parturition. The vulva softens and becomes swollen. The cervix secretes stringy mucus that can be seen hanging from the vulva. The cervix dilates. The cow urinates and defecates frequently due to the pressure exerted by the fetus on the bladder and rectum. There may be a change in the cow's body temperature. The allantois ruptures leading to expulsion of the allantoic fluid, the water breaks. The cow's udder becomes swollen and milk starts dripping from the teats. The belly droops. The soft tissues around the tail head look sunken due to the relaxation of the pelvic ligaments. Behavioral signs of oncoming parturition. The cow isolates herself from the herd. The cow stops eating. The cow shows signs of distress and discomfort. The cow is restless, circles, bites or kicks her flank, bawls and groans. The functions of the layers covering the fetus. Amnion, this is the inner embryonic membrane. It contains a fluid that surrounds the embryo, called the amniotic fluid. The amniotic fluid prevents the embryo from attaching to other tissues and also protects the embryo against shocks, injuries, changes in temperature and dehydration. In addition, it serves as a lubricant in the reproductive tract during parturition. Chorion. The chorion is the outer membrane, which is firmly attached to about 150 caruncles on the uterus wall. The chorion contributes to the development of the embryo by aiding the production of the placenta. Allantois. The allantois is an extension of the urine bladder of the fetus. It protrudes from the fetus's navel and lies between the chorion and the amnion. The allantois contains a liquid that is mixed with the urine of the unborn calf. It collects the urine of the calf and increases in size as the pregnancy progresses. Placenta. The placenta is the area of attachment of the fetus with the mother. The placenta is very rich in blood supply and consists of maternal and embryonic tissue. The blood of the embryo comes in close contact with the blood of the mother, but never mixes. The embryo receives nutrients and oxygen, and gets rid of waste products and carbon dioxide by means of osmosis and diffusion. The stages of parturition. Preparation phase, duration, between 2 and 6 hours. The cervix relaxes completely and the muscles of the uterine wall start contracting every 15 minutes. The cow shows signs of pain and discomfort, and becomes even more restless. The fetus moves into the normal birth position, which is upright with the nose and forelegs in the direction of the cow's pelvis. Under hormonal control, the cervix is enlarged to such a degree that the uterus and vagina form a continuous birth canal. The fetus is pushed into the pelvic cavity and the amnion bursts to release the fluid. Ejection of the fetus, duration, half an hour to 4 hours. The abdominal and diaphragm muscles contract through reflex action and assist the strong contractions of the uterus muscles, which now contract every 2 minutes, lasting for 1 minute each, to force the fetus through the vagina and the vulva. By this time the cow is lying on the ground. The amnion breaks when the forelimbs move through the vulva. The calf moves out without the surrounding sac. As the front part of the calf passes out from the vulva, it curves down, assisting in the easier movement of the hind part through the pelvis. Up to this stage, the fetus has received oxygen from the mother via the umbilical cord, but the umbilical cord breaks when the calf moves through the vulva and the calf must start breathing by itself. This stage should therefore happen as quickly as possible to prevent suffocation. Expulsion of the afterbirth, duration, from 1 hour to 10 hours. A brief period of rest follows the ejection of the calf. If the placenta, fetal membranes, was not discarded with the fetus, it is forced from the uterus by peristaltic contractions from the uterine muscles. Normal ejection of the placenta. The cotyledons of the placenta fit like fingers in a glove with the caruncles of the uterus. This provides a large surface area for nutrient and gas exchange between the mother and the fetus. During parturition, link between the placenta and the uterus. Contractions of the uterus begin. The separation of the two. After parturition, the cotyledons shrink as blood drains from the placenta, causing them to slip from the caruncles. The placenta can then be ejected from the body. Collagenase is secreted by the placenta, which leads to a weakening of this. Factors causing retention of the placenta. Infections in the reproductive tract. Abnormal deliveries such as dystocia, abortion, stillbirths, premature births, caesarean sections and multiple births. The use of hormones for induction of parturition. Metabolic disorders. The attachment between the fetal membranes, cotyledon, and the maternal tissues, caruncles, not breaking after parturition. Mineral, especially selenium, and vitamin A and E deficiencies. Inertia of the uterus leading to contractions that are too weak to expel the placenta. Milk fever, hypocalcemia, caused by lack of calcium causing the cow to be too weak to expel the placenta. Malnutrition leading to obesity, overfeeding, or anorexia underfeeding. Activity/assessment. Learners can also use the following sources of information to do activities. Relevant grade 12 textbooks. Focus Control Testbook grade 12. Mind the Gap Agricultural Sciences grade 12. Pass grade November 12th exam papers. Consolidation. The lesson covered the content as stipulated in the CAPS document. Learners who understand the content should be applied the knowledge and skills required to successfully answers questions based on the curriculum content. Learners will be able to use the knowledge and skills as a sound foundation for progression to lactation in Week 2.
Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more future educational videos.